Hello and good evening. Today it is Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. And for this video today, it's not going to be a news or an opinion piece video. This is going to be strictly channel talk and a little bit of personal talk as well. I'm making this video today for the purpose of celebrating a feat that I didn't think I would be accomplishing, at least not this soon after what happened last year with this channel. And it's to celebrate the fact that my channel, when it turns 6 years old on August 1st, which is 12 days away from as I'm filming this channel will have an average of 10,000 views per year. I am so proud of this. I'm so happy right now. You guys have no idea how much this really means to me. I mean, truth is, I started trying to make a goal of doing this 2 years ago, let alone the fact that, last year it didn't work out. I mean, my goodness, I'm just so happy. You guys have no idea. I mean, this is awesome. Not only has this channel hits and surpassed 60,000 views as of 2 days ago on Sunday, July 18th, 2021. But this channel now has 183 subscribers, and there might actually be a day in the not too distant future where I can say that my channel has a couple hundred subscribers, which is incredible. To be able to say that I have at least a couple hundred subscribers of my own is something that would just be incredible. And to be honest, I do think that if we keep going the way we're going, I think that might actually happen a little bit sooner than we think. I think it's possible. And it's just something that's so exciting. I mean, I know quite a few of you on here that have channels of your own that have got thousands and thousands of more views than me, hundreds more subscribers than me. So, when I look at that and I see that my channel's got 60,000 views now, and it might actually have a day where it has a couple hundred subscribers of its own, let me tell you, I mean, this is amazing. I'm so happy right now. You guys have no idea. And the reason I'm so happy is because I've been trying to do this for literally, in 12 days from now, I will have been trying to officially do it for the past 2 years. This has been something I've actually been trying to do for 2 years. I kid you not. So let's go back to August 1st of 2019. So when the channel turned 4, a couple things were on my mind. The first thing I want to talk about is I decided to set a goal where I would try and do what I could to get 50,000 views on the channel and an average of 10,000 views per year to celebrate the channel's 5-year anniversary. 2 years ago, I launched Operation 50K. And during that time, I launched the weekly Roundup podcasts. I really went to town. I was pumping out more non-jersey logo uniform-based videos than ever before. I was doing more jersey unboxings than ever before. I was really busting my buns trying to conjure up as many views as I could to get to that goal. And also, right when the channel turned 4, I started thinking, you know what? Instead of being the Rockzilla 94, which was my name up until August 1st of last year, where it's been Rockzilla ever since, I started thinking to celebrate 5 years, maybe it's time for a fresh new start, to start a new era, to look at maybe the next 5 years or however long I keep YouTubing for will be. And that's when I started asking around for feedback about a new channel name, and thank you to everybody who gave me feedback 2 years ago. I'm very grateful to you guys for that, even to this day, because the feedback I got was, your channel name is a channel name that we've known for years. So for you to change it now after all this time, it just wouldn't necessarily be, it would be doable. I mean, it would be up to me, obviously. But the message that I got from you guys who gave me feedback is that, hey, Rockzilla, this has been your name since day one. So to change it to something entirely new, I mean, it might not be the best way to go. And I do agree. And after thinking about it for a couple of months, that's when I thought about a pizza chain here in Western Canada that's called Panago. Up until the early 2000s, they used to be called Panagopolis. Then sometime around, I think 2002, 2004, somewhere in between those years, they rebranded to simply being Panago, which they've been 20 years later to this day, or since then, which was basically 20 years ago now. Amazing how time flies. But yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something like that. And that's when I came to the conclusion around September, October of a couple of years ago in 2019, back when we lived in a world that was not dealing with a global pandemic. I miss those days. I know you guys do too. But that's when I decided, okay, I'm taking the and 94 off of the channel's name and I'm rebranding as Rockzilla. That's when I made that decision. And I decided to really go to town. I decided I'm going to create a special 5-year anniversary logo and launch it 6 months early and go gold because, you know, I made a joke that the 5 years of YouTubing feels like 50 years. So I went gold, as in gold. It felt like a golden anniversary more than a 5-year anniversary. And I went with that logo. A couple months ago, I decided to take the Roman numeral V inside of the off the helmet to celebrate the 5-year anniversary, and I just went with this back to the original version of the R logo that I've been using since 2018. But I also decided to update it recently, adding some silver outlines around it to help it look a little bit better and look a little bit more polished and a little less pixely on the edges, a little bit better looking. And yeah, last year I was really trying hard to get to that goal, and I really pushed. I really did. Even at times where I couldn't make videos, I really tried everything I could whenever I had time off of work, whenever I could, to just go and make videos. And it did work. I did, but the problem, and I'll get to the problem in a moment, but 1 year after launching Operation 50K on August 1st of last year in 2020, the channel was changed from the Rockzilla 94 in its name to simply being Rockzilla. But I was about 22 to 2,300 views short of my goal. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time, after all the work I had put in, I was disappointed. I was proud and grateful for how close I got. I was proud of that. But at the same time, it wasn't what I was hoping to get. I was hoping that I would have actually been able to hit that goal, especially with all the work that I put in. I really busted my buns. I tried to hit that goal of 50K. So yeah, it didn't go the way that I wanted. And then at the time I said that I was going to do some channel soul searching because I was disappointed. I really put a lot of work into my videos. I pumped out as many as I could. But then around October and November of last year, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I think this is the first time I've ever openly come out and said this, but that is when I started to realize that and started to feel that I had become too much about quantity of videos and quantity of views over quality of videos. And I started realizing at the end of last year that, you know, maybe the channel is a little bit too view count and video number quantity focused. I know I worded it kind of stupid there, but you know what I mean, I think. But yeah, I feel basically to take that stupid way of wording it and make it better. I feel like I became too focused on how many views I could get on the view counts and how many videos I could make. And I wasn't happy with that. And then I decided, okay, since I've got these weekly roundup videos going, I'm going to finish this NFL season. And then sometime in 2021, I'll revisit the issue. And that's what I decided to do. So as the calendar flipped to 2021, you know, I was really starting to have optimism about the vaccines, which, you know what, it's a start. I mean, this pandemic's not going to end overnight, but you know what? We're making some big progress now compared to a year ago, and I'm very happy about this. And I think you guys probably all are too. But as we got into March, the channels, I started having issues with the YouTube app here on my iPhone, where it would upload the video, but it wouldn't process. And I had this glitch from mid-March through to mid-April. I was getting really frustrated. I had to keep downloading and deleting and re-downloading the app just to get one video uploaded. And then it was about early to mid-April where I decided, okay, screw this. I'm taking a couple weeks and I'm not making any videos. But also just before the glitch happened, I made 2 videos. One about the Golden Knights stupid gold helmets that, you know, if they were going to wear them with their new gold third jersey, okay, that would make sense. But they wore them with their dark gray home uniform. They took their best uniform by far and completely defecated all over it, in my opinion, and ruined it with those shiny golden domes. Those helmets were horrible. I mean, if they tried wearing them for a game with their gold third jerseys, they might have actually been all right. I mean, I still don't like them, but they would have looked a lot better with the gold third jersey. I mean, to me, a gold helmet with a gold third jersey makes a lot more sense than a gold helmet on a completely dark gray, black home jersey and uniform. That's mostly dark gray and black. So I made that rant video, and then I also made a video sharing how happy I was to finally see the Cincinnati Bengals getting some new uniforms. And all of a sudden, that was another thing that was on my mind earlier this year too, is that, you know, I haven't had a single video made since January 1st of 2018 that's cracked 1,000 views. That was actually something that I was starting to think about too. And I was like, man, I'd really like this drought to finally come to an end. Then, about a couple months later, I can't remember exactly when it happened, but finally, the drought ended. Not only did I finally have a video that broke 1,000 views made after January 1st of 2018 up till this year in 2021, a 3+ year drought without any videos that have gained 1,000 views. That drought ended. And then right after the first video broke 1,000 views, all of a sudden, bam, the Golden Knights rant video about their stupid gold helmets also broke 1,000 views. And I think there's another video that I made about a few years ago that is getting ready to break 1,000 views soon as well. So I'm telling you, when that happened, guys, I was so friggin' happy. You have no idea. That was amazing. But then my Cincinnati Bengals video, the first one, not my thoughts on their new uniforms now that they've been unveiled, the one sharing my thoughts on them actually announcing new uniforms before they were unveiled. When that broke 1,500 views and the other video broke 1,000 views, I started looking at the view count overall on the channel, and I started realizing, oh my God. You know, in the past couple of months, I started looking and I started realizing, hey, Rockzilla, you might actually have a chance a full year after failing to hit your goal of redemption and hitting 60,000 views and having an average of 10,000 views per year by August 1st of this year. And guess what? It's happened. I mean, this is amazing. I got a big grin on my face right now. I'm telling you, this is awesome. You know, I really tried hard. But also earlier this year in March, late March and throughout April, I had the processing glitch on YouTube. And truth is, in March was a very frustrating time for me. I had a lot of bills on my hands that were getting to me. That wasn't the main thing that was bothering me. What was really bothering me too at the time was, I know I made one video where I completely ranted and I was so frustrated with some of the customers in my work refusing to wear masks or giving people a hard time about it. But that was bothering me too. it wasn't the job itself that was bothering me. It was the idiots coming through the doors of my work that were starting to piss me off, which is true. You know, us clerks and us retail workers, cashiers or whatever you want to call us, you know, we're only doing our job. I mean, it's not our fault that we're in this situation. And I was upset at the time. And then where I live here in BC, we were averaging about 1,200 cases a day at one point in late March and throughout April. And it was a really frustrating, concerning, troubling time. And it was a really rough period this year. It was definitely, I really hope that the rest of this year doesn't end up being like what it was for me in late March, early to mid-April. I couldn't upload any videos for you guys here on YouTube. I was up my yin-yang and bills at that point, which thankfully I got that taken care of. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I had a lot of stress going on then, months ago. Then the pandemic was doing super bad. It kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was honestly mentally overwhelmed a little bit. I mean, I'm doing way better now. But, you know, I mean, we all have times where we get a little bit overwhelmed. It's called life. It's, you know, I wish it could just be great every single day, but, you know, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. You're going to have the odd bad day or the odd bad week. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. But ever since the end of April or early to mid-May, when I started realizing, hey, my iPhone and the YouTube app on it isn't giving me any more BS to deal with anymore. I can upload again. All of a sudden, but in June, about a month and a half ago, at the end of May, I started realizing, hey, Rockzilla, you have a chance to hit Operation 60K. So I briefly launched it, I think, last month, and ta-da, we've done it. I'm so happy. You know, this is something I've been trying to do for the past 2 years. My drought of videos without 1,000 views, without at least 1,000 views is gone too. I mean, this is maybe the best time that I've had as a YouTuber, maybe ever. I mean, this is great. This is really, really great. I mean, I've noticed that ever since YouTube's changed their algorithms, and they required 1,000 subs for monetization and all that when they made all those big changes a few years ago, I noticed that the amount of views that I had on a lot of my videos had gone. The average views I was getting for new videos were going way down. And, you know, that's not an excuse for me, but I'm just saying that was my observation at the time. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was the videos too. I'm not going to just say that it was YouTube's fault. But, you know, I tell you, that and the processing app, I was pissed off with that in March and April of this year. You have no idea. That really pissed me off. It shouldn't have taken YouTube that long to fix it, in my opinion, but I'm just grateful that they finally fixed it, which is great. I guess I sent enough feedback things complaining about the same thing that maybe one piece of an algorithm somewhere raised a flag and said, hey, a human actually needs to take a look at this and fix it. And it looks like they have since May, which is great. But you know what? As soon as I went back to being the guy that a lot of you guys subscribe to me for, just sharing my thoughts and rants on logos, uniforms, and jerseys again, that's when the channel all of a sudden has done better than ever before. And you know, I'm just blown away happy right now. You guys have no idea. This is amazing. And what I'm going to do now, though, guys, is I'm going to call it a wrap. I've had numerous takes of this, and I'm so happy that I can finally wrap this video up finally as well. So I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. As I did say, if we did get to 60,000 views by this past Sunday, I am launching a new updated logo on August 1st. It's coming. That's a guarantee. I'm going to try and do a live stream next month. That's going to happen as well. And the third thing I'm also going to say too is there is a prototype files video that I'm going to do next month to celebrate this. And it's going to be one you don't want to miss. Trust me. So On that note, guys, thank you for all your support. Thank you for being part of this channel. You've really, truth is, talking to you guys throughout this pandemic has made this whole situation a whole lot easier for me too. I'm not going to lie. It's been a great escape from everything going on in the world and with this pandemic. And guys, I hope you're continuing to enjoy the channel. That's always my #1 goal. I do my best to make the videos to the best of my ability. And hopefully from here on in, things get better and better. So I hope you guys are happy with the channel. I'm happy still doing videos. And at this point, guys, that's going to be a wrap for me. As always, until my next video, take care. And of course, as always, bye for now, guys. Take care.